Hi everyone, welcome back to Binki Beauty. If you don't know who I am, I'm Binki and this is my skincare channel. I wanted to make a quick video today, well hopefully it's quick, about breakouts because I had some hormonal breakouts this month for my period, and I did a couple of things that I feel really helped shorten the duration of those breakouts, and also that I feel are helping with the scarring. So you can probably see right about here like a leftover mark from a breakout, and then over on this side I've got this one that's healing. This one was a funny one. They're like cystic. The ones that are like under the skin don't really get ahead. They're just like big and angry and they're like, I want to come along for the ride for 2 weeks. It's really annoying. Breakouts happen. What are you going to do? Now, I have found with breakouts that are of a more, what I call cystic nature, the ones that are under the skin, those can be really tricky to treat because for me, I'm not getting those because my skin is dirty, because my skin is oily. I'm getting those because it's hormonal. My skin isn't very oily. It's actually on the dry side these days, but I'm definitely a combination skin type. So, and you know what? I forgot something. I'll be right back. Okay, sometimes I start recording and I'm like, oh, that would be a good idea. Okay, so let's talk about what I've been doing. Let me make sure I had a little tube of Neosporin. Spoiler, hang on. Found it. Okay. So when it comes to breakouts on our faces, you know, some of us are really prone to picking, which we know is bad, but we all do it. Okay, let's get that out there. So what I did for this one in particular, because it was big, angry, no head, just kind of hard to treat, and then once it is ready, it just bleeds. You can't prevent it. Even if you steam it and you like do all the right things, sometimes they just bleed. I know people who never pick at their skin and they still scar when it's still time to pop that thing and they go to a dermatologist, it still bleeds. It's a wound. So bleeding happens. So what we want to do to minimize until it's ready, use pimple patches. These are pretty effective on a cystic breakout. I was trying these Peace Out acne patches. These you really do want to use on dry skin. Don't put anything on your skin, just put these on. I did find that this helped with the size and the redness, but these really need to go on dry skin. And then there's the COSRX Acne Pimple Master Patch. These are great. These are probably my favorite over these. They come in different sizes, so if you have like little whiteheads here or like a big one here, you just put this baby on dry skin, but these are definitely more forgiving. If you have forgotten and you've already put on like a serum, these are definitely more forgiving on skin that has stuff on it. So these are great, and there's so many options out there, but don't feel hopeless with the cystic pimples because those, I mean, they're like a different animal, but the pimple patches really help with the redness and the size, and you just want to kind of get on top of the healing and the scarring early. Once you feel that baby coming up, get on it with the pimple patches. So I was using these during the night, and then during the day, about 2 or 3 times a day, I was applying this benzoyl peroxide lotion. This is a 10% benzoyl peroxide. My mom found this at the pharmacy and got it for me, so I just have it. There's also a 5%. I know Clean and Clear makes a really good one. I'll try and put like a picture of it, be all technical here, but this is really just a lotion. Apply this 2 to 3 times a day on the spot. 10%, pretty strong, pretty drying. But again, I feel like that really helped reduce the size and the duration of the pimple, speeds up healing. A pimple is like a wound. It becomes a wound, so you want to get on top of any of that bacteria right away. Okay, so now the pimple is ready, you have had it extracted. Now you've got like a cut on your face and it scabs and all that stuff. So what I would recommend is taking some raw honey. I use Manuka honey. Spot it on. Just put it on that wound and leave it there as long as you can. Wash your face at 5 p.m. If you go to bed at 9, wash your face at 5 or 6 as soon as you can and get the Manuka honey on that wound. I did that when it was time to extract these, and they're like not as scabby, they're not as red, they have really flattened out a lot faster. So a little bit of Manuka honey would be fantastic just for wound healing. It's also just so nice for your face. I know do-it-yourself skincare like in your pantry is questionable for a lot of people, so do what feels right to you. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professional. These are just things that worked for me, and Manuka honey is great for wound healing and stimulating collagen, and it's antibacterial, especially the Manuka. Okay, so now 2-3 hours later, you rinsed off the Manuka honey. I put a little bit of Neosporin. Once all my skincare is on, I put a little bit of Neosporin on those pimples. Neosporin is antibiotic. It's got zinc. It's got sulfates. It's a healing ointment. And again, this might not be a popular opinion, but I feel like this really helped again with the scarring, with the redness. Kind of like you're putting like a salve as you would like on a scar on any part of your body to just like soothe it and keep it from scarring and help it to heal. Neosporin, you can put it on your face. Maybe you know of something else, but Neosporin is what worked for me. I also went in with a little bit of hydrogen peroxide 1 or 2 nights just to make sure that this wasn't getting infected, because I have had pimples get infected. Okay, so as far as like overall skincare that I think is nice in preventing breakouts and treating them if you have them is, of course, this Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. If you don't know about this, welcome to the world of skincare. You're going to hear a lot about this. This is a great product for preventing breakouts. It's also great for if you have breakouts right now, because the 2% salicylic acid is really going to get in your pores. It's going to be antibacterial. It's just great. This is a good one for preventing and treating breakouts. And then of course there is Retin-A. I use the Curology personalized prescription, great company from Curology. There's also the CeraVe resurfacing retinol serum. This has niacinamide, it's got licorice root, and then it has retinol, which is a great over-the-counter vitamin A product. If you don't want to get the Curology, if you can't get to a dermatologist, this is really great. It's everywhere. Everybody loves CeraVe right now. So this is a really good one. I like the texture. Put both of those on dry skin, or if I'm using this, I put it on after. My skin is fine with it. Not everyone can mix those two, but everybody's skin is different. So if you're not using a toner of any kind, just put these on dry skin, and that's really going to help in the prevention of breakouts. It's also going to help with like the size of breakouts, because vitamin A is anti-inflammatory. And then get yourself a nice moisturizer to put on at the end. I really like the Laneige Cica sleeping mask. The Cica is anti-redness. I found this has been tremendously helpful for redness, and it says it's a sleeping mask, but it's really more like a really luscious night cream. This has been great for my combination skin, even though I'm breakout prone. Like I said, my breakouts aren't coming from oily skin or skin that is poorly cleansed. It's just hormones, and I find that my pimples really like some gentle loving care in the form of Laneige sleeping mask. It really like embalms the skin and makes it feel really nice. And then I'll put the Neosporin just on the spots at night if I'm not using a pimple patch. This might be confusing, I'm sorry. These are just like a bunch of tips, and then you kind of pick out what works for you. And then lastly, for products, once like your pimple is kind of at this phase, the like pigment phase, the gonna take forever to go away pigment phase, there's something like the Obagi Blue Brilliance Triple Acid Peel. This has glycolic, salicylic, and lactic acid. This is a great at-home peel. You can get this at Sephora. You get 4 uses in a box. I've already done one, but this is what they look like. This is 1 use, and you read the instructions. But doing like a chemical peel like this can really help just speed up that scarring, like just get that pigment out of there. So this is really great. It's a bit of an investment, but you get 4 for $150, which is cheaper than, once you break it down, 1 bottle, 1 use. What is that, like 50, 100? No, it's a little less than 50 a use, which is much cheaper than going to an office. It's not the same strength, it's not the same as a professional strength peel, but it's a pretty darn good option for at home. So those are some things that really helped me with these breakouts. Yes, I utilized all of these things at different points in this breakout process. So there it is. Comment below your breakout tips and tricks. We would love to have a resource here. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, a pimple isn't the end of the world. It doesn't define your beauty. It doesn't define your worth. But if you're having persistent breakouts and it's really consuming your thoughts, maybe go see a dermatologist or a medical esthetician. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you soon.